I don't know. You could have started recording it now. What are we
Yeah.
talking? What are we talking about? This is dreams. We're talking about dreams this podcast, and also Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Oh, why don't we give a good shout out to Accursed Farms for making Freeman's Mind?
Fuck, man.
Oh
Freeman's.
yeah, dude. Freeman's Mind is so good, man. Holy shit.
That's like the good old days where machinima meant machinima.
Yeah, not okay, weekly gaming news. That's
Troll, trolling racist 3-year-old on Call of Duty Black Ops.
God.
He says the N-word and dies.
I hunt him down and I kill him because
Shot
he said
and
nigga.
killed?
I hunt him down and I make him say all the racial slurs he knows, and then I brutally execute him in real life.
All right, let's check out the current state of machinima here.
The current
Alright.
state of machinima. All right, sure.
All right, we got 12.6 million subscribers. All right, latest video was uploaded 6 hours ago with 14,000 views. Okay,
The video called.
BFFs play Ark Survival Evolved, and the day before that, 72,000 views. More porn watch on PlayStation.
I love two BFFs play. It's
3 days ago,
two of our best friends play.
3
Breast
days
friends?
ago, with 258,000
Yeah, supper breast
views.
friends.
New Call of Duty copying Battlefield 1?
Is it?
Are they stuck in
know.
2012 or something?
In this 4-minute video, you too can find out.
Pat, you better be recording
I
this.
am.
And
Okay, good.
And
I'm
on the
Rod.
same day, game mode to help power Project Scorpio. All of these videos end in a question mark. I don't.
Even Machinima's not sure why you're watching.
Are they in all caps too?
Nah, only some of them.
I wish.
Well, they only capitalize the important words like
Like-
copying and
Yeah.
porn
Call of Duty.
and power.
Oh,
Power.
no one man
All
should
of the
have all that.
verbs.
It's all about the power.
Welcome to Podcast Boys Podcast. I'm Rot. That's Pat. And today we got a very special we got a very gay, very special guest, Dingus from Tumblr.com. Local Goblin is his blog.
Is your-
That's our man. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about Machinima because that was a funny way to start off.
Let's not talk about machinima.
Okay, no, let's segue into something completely different. How about Machinima?
I want that last two.
All right, here we go. We can
But
talk about
Outlast 2. What did you want to say about Outlast 2, Pat?
I don't know. What do you think Outlast 2 is, Ro? What are your opinions?
Well, I remember when we were filming the last podcast, after we stopped recording, you asked me about Outlast 2, and I said, yeah, it just sort of looks like one of those games where it's not actually fun, and it just tries to scare you to make it seem like it has, like, gameplay and stuff like that, and it just tries to scare you at every opportunity it gets. And then you said, yeah.
Just another Undertale.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I had to wait like 5 minutes before getting on the Skype call because my girlfriend called me on Skype, and then she made the most fucking disgusting burp I've ever heard in my life. And then I was like, okay, I have to go. I have to go, like, do the podcast. And then every time I said that, she said, no, wait, I have to tell you something. And then she'd burp again, and she did that 7 times before I left.
God, I need me a woman like that. But yeah, you were talking pretty fast there. You had a lot to say. Can I just slow that down so it's like an hour long and we can just call that the podcast?
It's just a whole bunch of ambient noise for like an hour.
Yeah, pots
When
and
are we-
pans being banged in the background.
When are we releasing the Podcast Boys Wall Noise album?
Our Stomp music video, that's coming out soon.
So where we stomp on music.
Whew.
I sample my girlfriend's burp for our songs.
Jesus, that's disgusting.
We've got a whole bunch of cool record and album names. We got The Belly of the Beast.
No,
Ford.
stop. I don't need to hear anymore. I heard the first syllable of vor, and that's too much.
Huh. I mean, you kind of walked into that one.
You
No,
really
I
did. I'm sorry. You did.
deserve this. Anyway, hey, what dreams do you have?
I'm
Somebody
sorry.
asked us. So we're gonna talk about dreams on this episode of the podcast because Pat had a real doozy, and it was fucking fantastic when he told me about it, and I want everyone in the world to hear about it.
All right, you want me to say it?
Yeah, I want you to say it. No, I just set up that segue so that I can beat you with a stick for half an hour.
God, I wish. But
Yeah.
it was at the end of my dream, which is why I remember it so well. I was in some sort of like Call of Duty game, and there was this perk, and the perk said, it was the MW2 logo, and the perk said, "We know how much you love the intervention in MW2 and getting cool headshots with it. So we made a perk in this game to help you get headshots with the intervention in this game." And I select it, and the screen goes black, and then it cuts to this rap music video where it's just these black guys standing on the hoods of cars, and the shots panning back and forth, and it's tinted orange, and they're saying, nut shots, let me see those nut shots." For a good 5 minutes, and then I wake up.
Oh fuck, that's very good.
I mean, the perk
Oh,
had to do with headshots, but apparently these guys only wanted to see nut shots.
yeah, yeah. You want to use a sniper? Get those nut shots. Let them see those nut shots, and send in your best nut shot plays to machinima@gmail.com for a chance to be featured in our top 10 nut shot video playlist featuring T-Pain's hit new single "Let Me See Those Nut Shots."
With the cover of that Earl sweatshirt.
Cover. It's a cover of T-Pain's hot new single by Earl Sweatshirt.
We filmed him singing it in the back of our recording studio.
Yeah, it's just that image where he has a gun, but instead of like the normal gun he has, it's the interceptor.
Yeah, an intervention.
Intervention. What about you, Dingus? Have any good dreams lately?
You know, now that you say that, I had a really weird dream last night. That I don't know what happened, man, or what the context was, but like President Obama was walking down the street,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know why, but in my dream, like I ran up to him and I pulled my pants down and I said, "What's up, Obama?" And I was like, "All right." And then I woke up and I was like, what kind of stupid bullshit was that? Like, I don't understand. No. What it was, I was trying to show him the shirt I had on. I was trying to show him the shirt I had on under my sweater. And somehow I accidentally pulled my pants down and I showed him my underwear. And he was just like, "What are you doing?" I was like, I don't know.
Like, were you wearing embarrassing underwear, like neon
No,
green?
they were just like my real life underwear.
Oh.
And it's just like,
Huh.
Fuck. Oh god, I'm gonna have a heart attack.
bro,
I can't believe we're on Ross' death stream.
I woke up and I was like, what? Why? Why did I do that? I still don't know.
I think what really got me about that was it was really funny to me that you pulled your pants down in front of the president and then said, "Yo, what's up, Obama?" And then halfway through you're explaining that you wanted to show him your cool shirt.
Yeah.
So you accidentally pulled your pants.
I'm not sure how that came about, but I mean, there I was showing him the shirt I had on.
Was he impressed?
No, he was more like baffled that I had my pants down in front of him. And I can't even blame him.
Yo, Obama, check out my cool I don't do mousework shirt.
Yo, Obama, check this shit out.
I don't do mouse work.
Just a box of briefs.
Damn, shit. Oh, fuck.
Ooh, they're airy down there.
I, I had a dream a long time ago, and I remember this because it was like the only time that I ever had a dream that made me react like this. And I was floating on a cloud, and then my little sister was next to me, and she kept laughing and being an annoying shit. And I fucking, in real life, I swung like my fist into the space she was occupying next to me, and I punched the bed, and I woke up. Because she was being so annoying. I wanted to punch her in the face, and I did, but she wasn't real. So I woke up.
I've had that before where, like, I fall asleep too quickly, but my motor functions don't turn off or whatever. Like, I remember the opening to my dream was getting hit by a truck, and I wanted to get out of the way. So I jumped to the side in real life, and I almost fell out of the bed.
Man, it was like a really realistic dream too, and it's like the most realistic dream that I've ever had since one dream I had when I was like a young kid, where I had a dream that Blood Falcon from F-Zero was just sitting like beside me, like on next to my bed and laughing at me, and I was really scared when I woke up.
Did
I
you
was
actually
worried
think he
that-
was there when you woke up?
Yeah, I was worried because I heard him. I heard Blood Falcon laughing at me.
Oh, that reminds me of this really good dream where I didn't remember falling asleep, so I transitioned perfectly into my dream, and I was in my bed, and I swore from around the corner of my door I saw my dad peeking around, and he said, "Psst!" And he kept doing that real quick, and I was like, he can't be doing that, I'm not dreaming. And then I realized he was doing that, so I got really angry with him, and I run out into the hallway, and I try and hit him, but he's not there. And I go into my parents' room, and I creak the door open, and I see my mom sitting in the center of the room, and she's crying with, like, her hands, like her head in her hands. And I go up to her and ask her, what's wrong? And she says to me, I want to be a Toys R Us kid. And then I woke up. That was it.
Wasn't your dad in the closet or something too?
Yeah, he was in... Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. He was in the closet, and the closet was wrapped in, like, wrapping paper. And I had to tear it down, and every time I tore it down, there was just a small, like, closet door, and I couldn't get it open. And he was hiding in there.
Oh shit! I love hearing about people's dreams because it's always shit like you'd never fucking expect to hear, because you can't guess what happens next in a dream because none of it makes any fucking sense. Like I couldn't have guessed that Dingus would pull his pants down in front of President Obama. Man.
You know what? Now that I think about it, that might have been real life. I might have actually done that.
Maybe I could have guessed. You just wanted to show off your cool I don't do mousework shirt. Man.
What was on the shirt?
This was a dream I had like a while ago, and it was I was gonna go visit my like girlfriend at the time who lived in Sweden, and I got to Sweden, and it turned out it was just a very large airport, full of rusty needles and homeless people. And then I went to the outside part of Sweden, and it was like a very long, very, very long sidewalk to another airport. And there was like dead grass on one side and then a road on the other. And then a kid with a very baggy shirt and no pants came up and hit me with a stick, and I woke up.
Was it a big stick?
It was like it was like the size of my arm.
Oh, okay. So I can understand why you'd be afraid of that.
No, it didn't. It didn't
Powerful
hurt.
enough.
It didn't hurt because he just came up and he like hit me in the midsection with it, and I was just like, "Why'd you do that?"
Oh no, I'm gonna wake up.
What confused me more was the fact that he didn't have any pants on. Maybe it was Dingus.
Maybe.
Maybe
Who knows?
he crept over into my dream. Man.
Should I tell the one about the horrific laughter?
I don't remember what that one is, so yeah.
You were
Yeah,
there.
do that one. I
And
probably,
Dingus
but
was
I
there
don't.
too. A lot of people were there.
What?
Was everybody laughing at you? Is that the dream?
Yeah. Okay. So I was in a chat, like I was in a call with you guys, and there were like 8 other people. I remember Wire was there, Dingus was there, you were there, Rod, because you were the
Oh,
one that spoke.
hold on, is it the one where where it turned you thought you had your mic muted, but everybody was pretending they couldn't hear you, and then we all laughed at you?
Yeah.
I still don't get that one because you were like really really like scared and like terrified.
I
But
was.
just- everybody was laughing at you because you thought you left your mic off, but you didn't. We just pretended that we couldn't hear you.
I mean, it was worse because when I took off my earbuds, I could still hear the laughter crystal clear like they were in my head. You guys were in my head. You weren't coming from the earbuds.
We're demons. We're awful Satans.
Yeah. I mean, I think the funniest part was I said something that, like, pissed Rod off, and then Rod, like, said something to someone else, and then everybody went silent. And then Rod says, "What? You didn't realize that everybody had you muted?" Because apparently this whole conversation actually was taking place over Xbox Live the whole time, so you could mute people. And then Rod's like, "Everybody had you muted. You were just talking to yourself, you idiot. Everybody unmute him and laugh at this idiot."
Oh, God.
And then you all laughed.
Shit.
That's my good Rod impression.
What's your good Rod impression? Everybody laughing at me, idiot.
Yeah, that's how Rod talks to people behind the scenes. You don't know this, but after this podcast is done, he's probably going to beat me for ousting him like this.
Yeah, with a stick.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I've been talking about hitting people with sticks a lot recently.
Has it just, like, been an occurrence, or is it just something that's, been on
Well,
your
no,
mind?
I haven't been beating people with sticks a lot.
Have you been beat with a stick?
No. It's just, it's just like, it's a funny threat to make somebody, because it's just, you gotta find a stick off the ground, and then you're gonna go hit them with it.
It's also got to be a good one, too.
Yeah, you can't just have, like, and you
dinky
can't have something that's gonna break the first time you do it either, or else you're gonna only hit them once, and it won't even hurt that bad. Alright, well, anybody else got any other dreams? Because I can't remember any of mine.
Nah, dreams are very much if I don't talk about them the day of, they're just gone forever.
Yeah,
Like I know I've had like real like strange ass dreams before, but like I could sit here all day and try to recall them, and it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's like when you're about to go into surgery and then you're getting the gas in you, but you're not asleep yet, and you're suddenly aware that everything you're aware of in that moment will be something that you will never remember in your entire life.
That's weird, but yeah, I mean, I've got a couple that reoccurring dreams that I only remembered because they've happened so many times. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, wait, I've had this dream more than once. I've had the dream where my mom busts down my door and she's like, "Patrick, I need to see your computer." Happened 5 times at the least.
Who's Billy Harrington?
I'm not gonna tell you. You're not allowed to know. It's very personal, Mom.
This man keeps calling, and he keeps saying that he's your deep dark fantasy.
He says he owns a dungeon.
The caller ID says boy next door.
His occupation is dungeon master. What does this mean?
He's gonna lock you in a dungeon, or is this just one of your fantasy role-playing games?
You know how I feel about you playing Dungeons and Dragons. That stuff's satanic.
Is this another one of your computer games?
Hey, who's this Billy Harrington? Does he play computer games with you?
Dingus, you know this is a real thing.
He said a swear here. He said, "Ask we can."
You know this is a real thing that happened, right, Dingus?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
So I'm gonna try and summarize it. I recited the entirety of Doc and Marty in my room, and I just so happened to bring up, Billy Harrington during it because I thought, wouldn't it be funny if Van and Billy recited the lines back to each other and voice acted for it? And my mom apparently heard me from downstairs because my voice carries. They're probably hearing all of this right now too. But yeah, she comes up to my door. She knocks really angrily on it. "Patrick, come to the door." And I come to the door, and she's like, "Patrick, who's this Billy Harrington? I just looked him up, and I don't like what I found."
Yeah.
I think that was the moment I died. I think this is just some sort of post-life death experience. I'm not living anymore.
No, this is a dream.
This is all a dream. She knocked me unconscious, and I've just been living in a vegetated state since then, in a hospital bed.
It's a dream like Final Fantasy X.
They could pull the plug at any time, and I just stop.
Oh, man. Why don't you tell, actually, if you're gonna tell your stories about you and your mom, how about the Narnia incident?
No.
You don't want to tell the Narnia incident?
No, I've worked very hard to repress that one, and you just reminded me of it. So now I'm gonna have to tell it, obviously. But
Alright, nice. I mean, sorry.
no, it's fine. It's something that needs to be said. Okay, so I had just turned 12, I think it was. So I wasn't quite, familiar with the changes that were happening to my body. And I was reading Narnia in my room, naked, and... No, I wasn't naked. I was reading Narnia in my room, but I was pitching a tent. And my mom comes to the door and she's like, Patrick, what you reading? And she sees I'm reading Narnia with like a huge boner. And I'm like, oh, hey, Mom, what's up? Because I don't realize what's going on. Because I'm not familiar with random erections at this point, which have still been happening, and I'm really angry about that. I think God's doing this to spite me. But, yeah, she doesn't know what's causing it, so she grabs my Narnia book and runs away with it, and I'm kind of just sitting there with an erection in my bed. And I couldn't do anything with my erection because I didn't know what to do with it at that point.
Oh, man. Those are good stories. Oh. Oh, God. I love, like, the stories of you and your mom, but I feel bad for them because they always have tragic endings for you.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of why she hates me.
She hates you. Oh.
I mean, I'm not saying that in a light way. She hates me.
Yeesh.
Oh yeah.
I put her through so much trauma. I mean, I'm more trouble than I'm worth.
What, with the Goldenberg incident, you mean?
Oh, there's that, yeah. And the one that succeeded that in April, where a kid threw a note on my desk, or not a note, yeah, he was passing notes in class, and it said, "Fam, I want to kill myself," in big bubble letters, and the teacher picked it up, and she sent it to the office, and I got called down by the guidance counselor, and the guy was like, "So Patrick, you want to kill yourself?"
Yeah.
And yeah, and then we're treating it like a suicide note, like a detailed suicide note I wrote out before I jumped off a bridge, and they sent me to the hospital again to get to the emergency room to get mentally evaluated because apparently I was unstable.
Man.
And when I told them, like, that's not my handwriting, they were like, "Oh yeah, you have dual handwriting."
Dual handwriting. Dual wheel.
Yeah, I go akimbo with my pencils and I write in two different handwritings at once.
You're actually a Soviet spy.
Yeah. Soviet censorship. Yeah, I put her through that, and she's got to pay the bills because the school doesn't pay for those trips to the emergency room, and those things.
No, they just require you to go to the emergency room.
Yeah, they tell you if you don't come back with a form, like a slip from the emergency room that says, "Oh yeah, you're not mentally unstable," then you can't come back to school. And if you can't go back to school, then you're boned.
Man.
And they treat it like you're gonna be back in 5 minutes, but to go through one of those, you need to take like 5 hours in the emergency room getting evaluated. And they ask you the same question: Are you gonna kill yourself? Are you gonna kill anybody else? And they have 3 different ladies ask you because they want to make sure that your answers remain constant and that you're not, just botching them for each different person. And if everything adds up, they'll let you go. Also, they need to take a drug test, so I had to pee in a cup, like twice, because they got rid of the first one.
God bless New Jersey.
I hate it. I don't like it here. I want to leave.
That actually reminds me of a little anecdote I have from senior year of high school. So we were doing one of those things. I don't know if you guys have to do this, but like where they require you to write an essay in class. No.
What do you mean? Like just
where they give you a topic and they're like, listen, you have a certain amount of time to write this essay and you better do it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess I've done that.
I
All
have
right.
done that a couple times.
So for this one, it was a AP US history. So we were doing it on like on slavery, not slavery necessarily, but like the mistreatment of slaves and things like that. And so I was like, all right, cool, this should be easy. And so I got like my first three paragraphs, and like I was about to write my conclusion, and I was gonna say something like, it hurts to live in a world where people could have been this cruel to other people, and but time ran out, so all I got on the paper was, it hurts to live. And my teacher
That's
saw
the
that.
end of your paper.
And, yeah, no, and she was like, pencils down, you can't finish that. And I was like, gee, shit, all right, cool. And so I handed in, and the next day I get sent to the guidance counselor. And she's like, listen, we found some very disturbing text in one of your essays. And I was like, no, you don't understand. I wasn't finished with my essay. And they were like, oh, all right, you're free to go. But oh man, it was so funny.
It's really funny.
Man, yours had a funny ending. Mine had a go to the hospital ending.
You got the bad ending, Pat.
Yeah.
God.
Don't worry. Next time, I'm going to be the one sending Mr. Goldenberg to the hospital, and he's going to be going in an ambulance.
Well, we're telling funny school stories. Have I told this story on the podcast before about my ex, Pat? I told it to you when I was in like middle school and I had to go on a trip to like Ottawa.
I don't think I've ever heard this story.
Okay, so I was in like middle school and I was in like sixth grade and I was dating this girl and she was awful. She was very abhorrent and obnoxious and all those other bad words. But I wanted a girlfriend because I was a loser. Anyway, we got to go to Ottawa on a school trip and it was cool. We were staying in the dorms of a university. I don't remember which one. But we were staying in university dorms, and I just got Pokemon Heart Gold on the DS when it came out, and I also bought like a thing of ice cream, and my girlfriend wanted into my dorm so that we could kiss and do gross stuff. But I slammed the door in her face and locked it, and then I proceeded to play Pokemon Heart Gold while eating ice cream with my hands.
You made the right choice.
Yep. She was awful. She was very, very obnoxious.
Like, was she trying to get into your ice cream, so you knew you had to cut her off?
No, she was trying to get to me, period, and I decided
She was trying to get to first base. Ooh. You gotta get her out of here. Strike her out.
Yeah,
Strike
and
her out with a bat.
I didn't want to kiss her either, but she like borderline forced me to do it, where she like took me behind this hedge behind the school, because we're allowed to go into the graveyard next to the school for like walks and stuff, which is like a bad idea. Why would you let middle schoolers have access to a graveyard? And we went behind the hedge at like the end of the graveyard, and we like she was like kissing.
Where did she touch you, Rod? Where did
No.
Point on the little doll where she touched you, Rod.
Okay, so she was gonna, but then I said, "There's a bee behind you," and I ran away, and I did that 3 more times before I finally
There's
got
a
PS.
bee behind you.
There's one whole bee behind you.
Yeah, no, it's not that funny that the fact that I did that, but I did it 3 times in a row.
3 times in a row.
And each
it worked
time
all
she
3?
each time she dragged me back there, and it was like, you put me through that again, and I was like, "Oh, there's a bee behind you."
You think she'd realize that there was a beehive back there, idiot?
Yeah, but then I kissed a girl with like 2 borderline retarded children who would later get in trouble for dry humping in the schoolyard watched.
That sounds like a more interesting story. Come on, tell me about that one.
The story to that is that they got in trouble for dry humping in the schoolyard. They were dry humping in the schoolyard and they got in trouble for it. Because people obviously saw them because they were dry humping in the schoolyard. Fully clothed.
Whoa!
One of them one of the fucking dry humpers, I hated his fucking asshole, and he so greasy, and he never fucking probably never showered, and he did this thing where I was waiting in line for the bus, and he'd stand next to me, and he'd fucking burp, and his breath smelled like rotten bologna, and it made me want to puke.
Now, whose burps were worse? Your girlfriend's or his?
I mean, hers sounded a lot worse because she sounded like a baby throwing up.
Oh,
God.
but you couldn't hear
Oh.
this. You couldn't
Ugh.
smell it because it was over
I couldn't
the internet.
smell. I
So
couldn't smell. Oh, so obviously the other one then, yeah.
you lose that whole depth of the smell.
Yeah, the depth of flavor and texture.
And yum.
There were a lot of fucking idiots at like my old schools. Did I tell the story on the podcast about like the guy who went to prom and played a PSP?
No, but that's a good story.
No, that was me. That was me.
That was you.
That was really me.
I can't
Yeah.
believe you killed Dingus.
So I went. So this guy was friends with I used to be in the anime club in high school.
Oh, hell yeah!
It's a good comic,
Listen,
man.
Listen, we watched.
That's a good group of reprobates right there.
Yeah, we watched we watched JoJo though, so it wasn't all bad. We also watched Fairy Tale, so it wasn't all good. And we were going to prom, and the fucking guy, he was a friend of the guy who ran the anime club, and that guy was like a little weasel, and he looked like a fully grown man, and despite the fact that he was in high school, and he had like a fucking Charles Darwin beard, and a Charles Darwin beard on top of his head, and he never showered, and I know that because he always smelled like dog shit, and I told him to his face that he smelled like dog shit one time, and he started showering because I could fucking tell. I could tell. Either that or he started wiping. And it was a friend of that guy who is, you know me, I'm a big guy. That guy was 3 times the size of me, horizontally. And he had the face of like a wild boar, and he had like a hair on most of it, and he was supposed to be a high school student. And I'm not sure whether he graduated or not, but it was very, very, very aggressive. And we had to be nice to him because he's one of our friends' rides. And we got to prom, and it was like nice enough, but we were waiting in line to get in, and it was started to rain, and I noticed that guy was there, and he had an umbrella with him, and I said to him, like, why don't you open up that umbrella? It's starting to rain. And he said, cause it doesn't actually open up. It's not a real umbrella. It has a little blade that pokes out and stabs people. And I could have said something, but I didn't, because he had an umbrella that pokes out a little blade and stabs people. Which he later found out was not true, and he got ripped off. And he got inside, and like the most tragic thing that I've ever witnessed in my life, he like sat down and he started playing PSP, and then like the tragic part about it is that somebody else came along and like stood behind him and watched him play PSP at prom.
So wait, is this the one with the guy with the fedora?
No, it wasn't a guy with a fedora. Although on the last day of school, I saw a guy with a fedora, and I like realized I couldn't get in trouble anymore. So I just like flipped the hat off of his head and kept walking, and he didn't even do anything about it. He didn't even say anything. He didn't even make any noise. I flipped the fucking hat off his head, and he picked it up like the little nerd he is, and I kept walking.
Holy shit, Rod.
Damn, Rob, that's hardcore, bro.
And then I
can't
killed him.
believe you would do something like that.
Then I
And-
beat him to death.
And then you overloaded the reactors.
I typed 666 in.
What's the code over the other reactors? But yeah, oh man, the thing about like my school stories is that none of them are centered on me, because I was never a very interesting person in school. But I hung out with a lot of interesting people, for better or for worse. And there was one guy I remember who, God, I used to hang out with him and this very probably autistic kid, and the guy he like we were. The thing is, we got these like netbooks, like these cheap laptops for our school, and they like showed me how to get like the Elder Scrolls 3, uh, Dagger.
Oh
No,
hell yeah!
was it? What? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, Morrowind was.
Elder Scrolls 2, Elder Scrolls 2, Daggerfall,
Yeah, that's
on
Daggerfall.
on the fucking thing, and we played that at lunch, and then he he man he God, how do I like phrase this properly? Because I don't remember all of it. I just remember the important details, and it was really funny. Because he like we're talking about like some hole or like some pit, like some like dark pit. Yeah, and then I like asked him what was in there, and he said he he like said I don't know, some black guy eating fried chicken or something. And then the like the black guy, like the 6 foot tall, 6 foot plus tall black guy behind him, turn around and say, "What'd you say, man?" And he's like, "No, I didn't say anything." And he's like, he was red in the face when he was trying to play it off all cool, and he just, he almost got his ass beat too.
What a fucking pussy. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
my god, he couldn't even own up to it.
I hope that keeps him up at night. What a piece of shit.
It keeps me up at night because I'm just like I think of that and I'm like far out.
He handled that so poorly.
He's like, well, I didn't say nothing.
Well, you didn't hear anything.
Yeah, he almost got his ass kicked, man. Oh, it's so funny. God, I hate that guy. And oh god, my other friend from when I was in middle school, he was like my only friend when I was one of my only friends when I was in middle school, and he was like a weird enough guy, or like a weird guy, but he was cool enough, and he like I went over to his house sometimes, and I played Oblivion, and that was fun. But then like I was like, once I moved out of town and started going to school in a different province, I was like, all right, I decided, all right, I'll go look him up. I'll see what's going on in his life. And then my little brother, he tells me before I look at anything up, he's like, you know that he's like transgender now, right? And I'm like, wait, what? No, he wasn't. No, he had a son. That was it. He had a son, and then he came out as transgender, and then he went back to cisgender. And I was like, I was considering like, oh, maybe I should like go say hi to him, and then I heard like these like series of events happening, and I'm like, well, he's got enough stuff going on in his life.
That's fucked
I
up.
think you made the right choice.
Yeah, me?
Yeah, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah.
I don't think he made the right choices. I wouldn't have a kid straight out of high school. I don't think that's
Well,
a good choice.
it was probably an accident because it would have been when he was 17.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and I think he's married now or something like that.
Well, at least he's
So-
committing, I guess.
So, yeah. Oof. Eesh. Oof.
That's one hell of a story, though.
Yeesh. Yikes.
Eesh.
Yikes, fam.
Yikes. That is very yikes. Oh, man. I think about that guy sometimes, and I'm like, man, I'm very glad I'm not him. Because, oof.
Ooh.
What about you?
Heebie-jeebies. Ooh.
Give me the Jeepers Creepers.
Woo.
Woo! Also, this isn't related to any degree, but I got on YouTube today and I was thinking, man, what's going on with Schmorky? If there's been anything new, and then I saw Gaming Garbage, which is like a channel that Low Tax and Schmorky used to play video games on, and they were having a stream called it was called Schmorky Kills Himself for the 4th fucking time, and like the what was it? Hold on, I can go look it up right now.
So, like, what is gaming garbage, though? Is that just, like, that's
Oh, they
just
used
what it
to. They used to. It used to be like a YouTube channel where Shmorky and Lotax would play very low quality, like Game Maker, Unity, freeware games. And oh yeah, here it is. It was a stream with Lotax and his daughter, who Shmorky accused Lotax of molesting. Um, and the stream was called Gaming Garbage. Shmorky kills himself for the fourth time. And then the description is Shmorky's a fucked up piece of shit into pedo incest diaper for poop and pee crap. So naturally, Lauren and I will play games in his honor. I mean in its honor. Don't want to fuck up the all-important gender pronoun here for a role-playing child fucker. And the thumbnail it says Shmorky is fucked up. And I saw that and I was like, damn, it's popping off.
Really going off on him.
Man. Oof. Eesh. Oof. All right, what about other school stories, Fat? Do you got any fun school stories?
Dingus has not spoken in a long time.
Listen, man, I don't know what to tell you. High school was a dark time for me. Nah, not really.
Do you want me to take it on then? High school was a rough time for me.
Do whatever you want. I mean, I don't really have any stories. I just kind of kept to myself and did all right.
I used to fly under the radar until the one time I decided to do something and I got sent to the hospital. But this is another story. That's the end of my story.
All right.
But there's one time in middle school, there was this kid. I loved him. His name was Mike Ford. And he was 20 minutes late to history class. And he walks in late. And he walks into the class. He looks the teacher dead in the eye. And he says, "What's up, queers?" Then he takes his seat.
That's good. That
Oh
is.
my god.
What's up, queers?
That's all I remember him for. I kind of wish he still went. Like, we don't have many of the same classes anymore because naturally they put him in the, kind of problem kid classes because he was acting up like that all the time. So I don't end up in classes with him that often, but I still hear that he does stuff like that all the time.
That's really funny.
Which is good.
Man, that kind of reminds me. This is like a school story, but it's not even like a high school story. It's from fucking last year, like my first year at university. And I walked into it wasn't even from last year. It was from last semester. And I walked into this fucking linguistics class and they were having a conversation because I came in late. And the first thing I hear is, however, black people. And that's the first sentence I hear out of context, and it's from some kid who later, in the same discussion, uses the phrase ebonics multiple times.
What was he trying to convey?
I don't remember. It was about it must have been about different dialects of English. Because I think it was about something like that. Yeah, probably.
That's really weird, though.
I'm not sure how being black is a different dialect of English.
All black people unknowingly slip into ebonics as they're speaking.
Ebonics too. He called it ebonics too, and it was like even the teacher corrected it. It was like, well, actually, we tend to use the term African American vernacular English these days. He's just like. I think his appearance made it even funnier because he was just like some scrawny white kid with a goatee, and he looked like he had something wrong with his brain.
And he had a farmer's hat on, and he referred to them as colored people for some reason.
The colored people, yeah, and then somebody would say people of color, and then he would respond and talking about the colored people.
God.
Oh man, that'd be. Whew.
I wonder if he had some ulterior motives going on there.
Yeah. Also, I saw a girl with a Steven Universe shirt at one time, I think.
I've seen 5 people in my school with Steven Universe shirts on.
Yeah. Oh god, that reminds me. Did I tell the story about the fucking socialist protest thing at my school?
No.
There was they were gonna do a protest to try and get the government to do something about high tuition fees, and And I like all over the school you'd see like chalk tags like with a hammer and sickle. It said all out November 2nd. And then on November 2nd I was walking into class and I see people I see people boiling corn in front of the school. I see people boiling corn and I see people with signs. And I ask them what's going on and they're like, we're going all out to protest tuition things. And I'm like, well, damn. I mean, they're going all out. They got corn and everything. I suppose too many of them were vegetarian to get hot dogs, but like they were giving out corn and which is kind of weird to me. But they were giving out corn and they were like gonna protest all out. And I heard two fucking anti-SJWs talking to somebody about like feminism or something. I don't know. The way they were talking, I knew they were anti-SJWs though. And
They had
fucking,
that particular
they were like,
dialect, right? They were slipping into Ebonics, right?
well, no, I think one of them used air quotes. So yeah, they had that particular dialect.
Oh, Jesus. I was joking, but okay.
They were a bit, yeah. I mean, they were two like 20-something white men talking to a 20-something white girl. So, and like, I think they brought up like feminism or something. So yeah, that was it. And they fucking. They're not important to the story. Anyway, I walked and I like, oh, well, that's cool. And they're like, yeah, you can like come see stuff with us or whatever. And I'm like, no, I gotta go to class in a few minutes. They're like, oh, well, it's gonna, we'll probably be here when you get back. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I got another class after this. So, well, good luck. I went in for my 1 hour class and I came back out and everything was gone.
What?
Yeah, I was like, well, they sure did go all out for 1 hour. Like they were like piping this shit up for like a month is what you have to understand. You'd see this all over the school, like posters, tags on the chalk with on the walls and on the ground, all out November 2nd, all out November 2nd. It lasted an hour and they left.
Like, did they not have?
Well, yeah, they had to
went
go to class. What do you mean?
They went all out. They went so all out that they disappeared.
They transcended.
All out, all the way out. They all withdrew that day.
They all went out. They went all the way out into the atmosphere.
And burnt up.
They burned up. They felt the burn.
Sounds like an opening to an MC Ride concert, though. They went all
wherever-
out and they started boiling corn. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were just gonna stop at saying they all went all out and started boiling. Their skin started slowing off.
No, that's an actual MC Ride concert.
Yeah. Nothing feed me to this world of as MC Ride's face melts. Man. I don't know. That was really, really funny to me. Also, like, oof, wow. Gee, that was very fun. That was a very fun time. All right, what else? What else? Anybody else got any stories, or should we talk about New Vegas?
New Vegas time, boys.
New
Let's
Vegas.
go.
Game of the
here
year.
we come.
Guys, gamer opinions. All right. Who's up first?
Me, I want to talk about the Legion and my master,
Right.
Caesar's,
No,
the man with the plan to take over the dam.
No, I'm up first, and I'm going to talk about my master, General Oliver Lee, Lee Oliver, and I'm going to talk about his plan to take over the dam and provide the people at NCR with good electricity and stuff so that they can have America back.
No, it's my turn, and I'm gonna talk about the benefits of a free strip.
I don't actually. I never done that NCR ending.
Me neither, dude.
NCR
only done
sucks,
the-
honestly.
Fuck the NCR. I think that like the two worst like. I don't even know whether they're the worst endings, but like the two endings I would just never do are House and NCR. Because House, you're just House's bitch. NCR, you're just NCR's bitch. The other ones, you just be a big man.
It's fun to be a big man. It's great.
For being a big man.
I mean,
Big man.
the
I
one
think he would
time,
Call me.
the one thing
think-
I really like about the Legion playthrough, though, is that you get that different ending where you have to fight Lee Oliver instead.
Oh yeah, that's
like
cool.
inside the dam. Like the other
Yeah.
3 endings, they all have you go fight Legged Lanius and stuff. But this one's the only one that's different.
Yeah, it's cool because you like 3 endings. You go east over the dam, and one ending you go west over the dam.
Very climactic.
Yeah,
It's beautiful, really.
yeah,
Shakespearean.
yeah. I
Unless
like.
you unless you have 100 speech and you talk Legatlandius out of the fight.
Listen, it's so like I do that. Okay, I've done that. I did that in like my first playthrough I did on PC, and I was like, because I was going for like speech stuff anyway, and I'm like, well, I got it up to 90 speech for like a different requirement, and I'm like, well, I have a magazine. I could fight him, or I could read this magazine and tell him not to. No, what I did was I was 20 under because I was like I wanted. I had to get like
Nightmare?
yeah, I had that a naughty nightmare or something, and I had to get 80 speech requirement for another thing. I think it might have been Lonely Road, um, but
How was that?
but like
Fucking chupacabra? What was that?
what was the fucking chupacabra? What?
I don't know, dude. I heard. All right,
I
never
heard some
mind. Keep going.
twisted barking.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Oh
Is that
shit, boys.
is that your dog?
No,
No, I think that
that's
was
no
yours,
dog.
Bro, I
That's
think
no
other than
dog.
the shotgun door, you've got like a chupacabra running around. I think that's where your brother's always shooting a gun. I think he's always fighting them.
They don't let me have a chupacabra in my university dorm. Uh, this must be the first podcast we're recording now that I'm back at university. The other ones will have been at my family's house in New Brunswick, and now I'm back at my university dorm in Prince Edward Island.
At your summer palace.
My fucking home and my pit, my pen. I'm a pig.
Oink, oink.
What was I saying before? I can't remember.
Something about.
You were
Oh
talking
yeah,
about like
no,
Legged
yeah. I
Lanius.
had to do like 80 something speech requirement, or something like that, close to it, for Lonesome Road, and I had that, and I was like, well, I mean, I could fight him, or I could just very easily circumvent this ending. Oof, and I did, and I got that ending. So yeah.
You want to take like a breather?
What do you mean?
Or just breathe?
I'm breathing.
You want to breathe like deeply?
Why? Is it because of the do you want me to do my deep breathing that I learned from my favorite video game, Max and Autistic Journey?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want you to tell me that your low point was grinding in Max's Autistic Journey.
I didn't have to grind, I beat it eventually.
Hey, I want everybody to know that Rod had a stream last night where he was playing an RPG called Max's Autistic Journey, and he couldn't beat a boss, so he had to go around grinding enemies.
No, I didn't. I didn't have to go. I was wondering whether I'd have to go grinding enemies, but then I figured out the strat, okay, and I beat it.
I want
Don't
everybody
lie.
to know that Rod's
Don't-
lying.
I'm not lying. I did not grind. I mean it.
Like,
Like
this is supposed to be about Fallout New Vegas, Rod. Why don't you stop getting off topic and just admit
Because-
defeat?
because I have to defend myself because you're telling lies about me. I didn't grind in Max's Autistic Journey. The only enemies I ran into were as a mistake. It was a mistake. I didn't mean to.
Bitch.
How about you, Fall Vegan?
Follow New Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about why that's the best game on possibly the worst engine.
Yeah. The funniest thing about Fallout New Vegas is when you learn new things about how the game doesn't work. Because
Yeah,
there was
I
that.
know what you're gonna bring up next.
Is it?
Is it the monorail?
Yeah, the monorail. Yeah. One's the monorail, and one's
biggest
something I found.
example of
Yeah.
spaghetti code. Holy
Okay,
shit.
so for anybody who doesn't know, the monorail that runs under, or that runs to Camp McCarran, is actually a man wearing a monorail as a hat who runs very quickly underneath the ground.
Jesus Christ.
Really
and that's how they get to the monorail to move.
Oh my god.
Is that they have the monorail man run very quickly.
There's also the thing where, you know how when the monorail is like gonna blow up and you can't save it, and you're trying to run on really quickly. Um, if you get on quick enough before it takes off, because it takes off automatically if you know that it's gonna explode. I think yeah, you get stuck in the air because monorail man just runs away, and you're just stuck up there and you have to reload.
I think one of my favorite moments is a moment that I had when I was just playing the game myself, and I was like, I noticed something about the game that that I could piece together in my fucking caveman brain exactly how this happened in the game's engine, and I was looking for Alice McLafferty, I think her name is, of the Crimson Caravan, and I went to the Crimson Caravan base camp, and it was nighttime, and I went to her office, so she wasn't there, and then I went to the barracks, and she was she was standing in the corner facing the wall, and I was like, why is she doing that? And then I slowly came to a realization that there weren't enough beds in this area for all the NPCs. So whichever NPCs didn't get to the beds in time just had to stand somewhere the whole night. So she was just standing there because like somebody slept in her bed because she didn't have an individual bed. She had to go sleep in like the barracks.
I had a pretty good experience once at Helios 1, where if you choose to activate Helios 1 in some certain way, that old lady who sits outside with like her 3 dogs and everything, she'll rush the Helios 1 facility and she'll attack anybody on site. I remember I saw her running in and I was like, what's she doing here? Is this some
Old Lady
sort of
Gibson?
Yeah, old lady Gibson. She runs in, and I thought, oh, this is some sort of glitch. She runs up to some NCR soldier who's sleeping in one of the tents and just blows his head off with a double-barrel shotgun.
Oh
And
my
it does one of those
God.
cinematic zoom-ins on him dying. And I
Why-
just don't
why-
understand.
Why did do that? She's not your companion. Or was she?
I
No,
don't
she
think
just...
you can have her as a companion.
No, you can't have her as a companion. She just did that. Like, she rushes the place if you decide to turn it on in a certain way and you don't fast travel, and you just decide to, like, go back down the slow way to the bottom, and that's how you get, like, the boomer shotgun, which is, like, a legendary weapon.
Granny's fucking pissed.
She really is. And
You
if you
turn
talk,
on the power, and now Granny's pissed.
I think she's pissed off, because, like, before she said, if they get that Helios 1 working again, they're gonna be in and out of here all the time, and they're gonna really piss me off.
Oh, good thing I got this gun here.
I'm gonna kill all of them.
I'm gonna slaughter all the NCR.
I'm
Like the
gonna
way-
hang them by their hats.
Just
Oh,
the
man.
wasteland equivalent of a school shooter.
Yeah, I think some of my favorite moments with Fallout New Vegas actually happened on your stream, Dingus.
For real? Man, don't get me started.
But
That's-
like, I had to try not to pee myself when we found Easy Pete and that fucking mod you were using to make the NPCs high quality.
And it
made
turned them
us-
white?
It turned Easy
What's
Pete
that, dude?
white.
To this day, I still don't know what mod I have that makes Easy P white. Like,
It's really funny.
I was like, oh, okay. Hello?
Who are you? Hello, it is I, Easy Peter.
Yeah, Easy. Yeah, Leisure Peter. That was-
It's me,
that was
Leisurely
Leisure
Peter. Leisurely Peter.
I
Fine.
don't like loud dynamite, which is why I use a pickaxe instead.
I enjoy the simple life of mining and prospecting. Fuck. That was really funny though, because part of me was like, yeah, this could have been like, oh, this probably just fucks up like the skin textures or the way the lighting works. But then like part of me is like, what if some like neo-Nazi made like a Fallout mod that purposely made every black character white so you wouldn't have to look at black people anymore?
Finally, a white America.
My Fallout New Vegas utopia is complete.
Finally, a white wasteland.
Hold on, I want to find a mod for that. Hold on, like Fallout
What are you gonna look up, like white easy
Vegas
Pete?
I'm gonna look up black people mods.
People mods.
Like, what do you
Uh,
think there's gonna be like
the-
an opposite?
The second result says, "Just realized that one of my mods has removed black people."
What?
Working as intended. Oh,
Wait, so there
Man.
really is a mod that just removes black people?
yeah, it's the Fallout character overhaul mod.
Huh.
And then there was like that one fucking, I don't know why, I can't remember now why. Oh yeah, no, there was like that one time where you were fighting all like the Viper gang dingus and you were in like slow motion with VATS and the rest of them weren't in slow motion and they just ran up and beat you to death.
No, they were in slow motion. The thing
Oh,
was
yeah.
like my gun wasn't firing.
Yeah.
Like I was just standing there and they were killing me. And I was like, wait a second. I don't think this is how this is supposed to work.
Yeah, it's really funny. He got into bats and he started like trying to shoot at them, and he like pulled his gun out and he aimed at them until they beat him to death.
Like, it got to the point where they were hitting him so hard that they pushed him off the camera screen, and you just heard him
Yeah,
getting
but
beat
I
to
was-
death off screen.
One.
I really hope there's like a VOD of that somewhere. Well, it's a shame. I don't think there is.
Do you record? Do you like archive your streams? Because I would fucking love to see that.
Hold on, let me check.
Oh god.
Don't.
Shit.
Oh, I might.
You might have. Oh shit, dude. Please tell me. I want to. I'll actually go back and watch that whole fucking thing again because I was in tears when that happened. That was so.
Let me check this out real quick.
Oh,
If this is actually it, we might be chilling.
yeah.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
is that it? Is that it?
Is this it? I don't know.
Is this it?
Oh, wait a second.
Fuck, man.
No, this is right after, dude.
Oh no.
This is
Maybe-
where I met Jacqueline. Oh no, the like Starcat lady.
Oh, I
That's-
thought you meant Jacqueline McCafferty.
Jacqueline McCarthy.
My name's Jacqueline McCafferty. I lost 3 years of my life to heroin. Another 5 on the methadone program. Does any get off it? Fuck. Man, I'm really glad that you appreciate Let Me Show as much as I do. And Pat's very confused
Let me
because he
show
doesn't.
is fucking great.
Let Me
Damn, I
Show's
can't believe it, dude. I really don't have that on VOD.
Man. All right, you know what? Pause Fallout New Vegas talk for a second. What's your favorite Let Me Show skit?
Man, my favorite Lemmy skit, it has to be Dee Dee, dude.
Yeah, Dee Dee's good.
I love Dee
Dee
Dee, man.
Fucking.
Holy shit.
What was that one? He was like trying to go somewhere in a bus, and it sounded like a fantasy land to him, and he's
Oh
never.
yeah, he wanna go to Yorker or Yoker. I
Yeah,
forgot what it's
Yoker.
called. Oh, Yorker.
No, York.
Uh,
Yoker. It was Yoker.
Yorker. All right.
Yeah.
Oh
And
man, that shit was so funny.
and that other shit with when he was like thinking about all the stuff in his kitchen coming to life like it was Toy
Yeah.
Story, and then
That
he just
one-
ended it with like
Yo,
the kitchen knife could win the fight against me, but it couldn't win against a frying pan.
oh man.
It was, and like all that shit with Joe Bananas. You call him Joe Bananas, Georgie Porgy. If you called him Georgie Porgy, you'd probably go bananas. And then he punched the frying pan and he just left.
Gave it a wee don't.
Yeah, give it a wee ton. Oh fuck. My
It's
favorite
that
is
one. It's that one and the orange peels.
yeah, orange peels is good. Oh shit. He's got a pocket full of orange peels.
Just those nado.
Ah shit. I hope that like at least one of the people who fucking listens to this either knows what Let Me Show is or goes out and watches it after this, because it's all on YouTube and it's fucking amazing. It's like really funny.
I don't know
Brian-
if it's all on YouTube, but most of it is on Netflix. So if
Yeah.
you have Netflix, please do yourself a favor.
Oh,
Like,
is it?
the first season is pretty like slow, but once you get rolling, man, holy shit!
Yeah.
I
I
think
like-
that's like the hardest I've ever left.
My favorite's Falcon Hoof.
Oh yeah, Falcon of Israel, jump the chasm.
Killed Jester. It's my money, mate. Kill Jester. Oh, you know what my favorite one was? It was Barry's Red Cola.
A bottle of delicious berries red cola.
You died. What? How? You forgot to get out of the goblet that was filling with Barry's Red Cola. Truly a glorious way to die. Thank you, Falconhoof. Oh, fuck.
That shit is really good, man.
That's my favorite. The Barry's Red Cola bit is my favorite bit, probably tied with that one Jacqueline McCafferty skit where he goes past the like fancy patissier and he's like, oh, he looks at the dessert menu.
Oh yeah.
He sees the chocolate chew and he sees it in the supermarket and he tries it and he likes it and he goes into the cafe and he's like, can you give us the chocolate chokes? Chocolate choke. That's so fucking funny.
Man, I don't understand a single thing you two are saying. You just both sound possessed to me right now.
Pat, you really gotta watch Louie's show. I mean it, man. It's fantastic. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. That was so... I mean, I like that, and I like the one where he takes where it's like an old-timey TV show, and he takes the drugs.
Oh yeah.
He tried to get in a fight with his like co-host there. Oh, that was good. And the fucking thing where he like wears the lampshade on his head, it's like, why are you doing that? It's good.
Oh no! I'm a damn doofus, dog. My
What?
favorite all-time skit is have you seen the What's Your Thing?
Oh yeah.
What's your ring? I've got a secret hamster. I keep him up in the loft. Oh, that shit is so funny, man.
Sometimes when I'm closed, I like to walk around the shop in the nude. You know what you should do? You should look on the closed circuit telly and walk around out where our customers were during the day and pretend to talk to them. Aye.
Alright. 10 tomatoes, 2 for 1. God. That shit is hilarious. That is my favorite skit. It has to be.
This is gonna be completely unrelatable for most of the people watching this.
Yeah.
It's Libby show is so underrated. You know what? Oh shit! You know what else is good? When he goes to the fucking department store, and it's like when he goes to the cheap products, it's like, yes, a bit.
Oh yeah.
And then like the medium price, yeah, you know, and it goes to the highest price one. Yeah,
That shit is, oh man.
oh, that's fucking good.
Alright. Back on topic.
No, you know what? Fuck you. No, back on topic. We Gary.
Nah, man. Oh, nah. Come on, man. You gotta get back on topic, man.
Really
We've gone long enough.
He gave him the bull crusher.
Listen, Ron. I've had enough.
Okay. Don't hurt me. We'll go back on topic. Fallout New Vegas. Patrick, what do you have to say about Fallout New Vegas? Because you have nothing to say about Lemmy Show.
My favorite movie is the one about the retard.
What's your favorite movie?
Forrest Gump.
Hey,
The one about the retard.
Hey, Pat. What's your favorite Fallout New Vegas DLC?
Fallen Hearts.
Oh, the one about the
What? Fallen Hearts?
Fallen
Honest
Stars.
Heart? You mean Honest Hearts? Fallout New Vegas Fallen Stars.
The Fault in Our Vegas.
Oh no.
For real though, Old World Blues is probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Honest Heart. What's your favorite Fallout New Vegas DLC? Oh, Honest Hearts. What about the retard? You know, Daniel. Oh, man.
Pastor Daniel, idiot, got his head burnt.
For being real here, Lonesome Road is probably my favorite.
Lonesome Road's good. I think Lonesome Road is good because like it put emphasis on the combat for probably the first time in Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
Like
Because you're
that.
completely alone.
What do you mean?
Well, in Lonesome Road, like, you're isolated for the first time, and it's, like, actually going through combat, like, scenario through
Oh,
combat scenario.
I thought you meant in our opinion.
Oh.
You're just completely alone. Nobody likes Lonesome Roads. Do you want to talk about Dead Money?
I have never beaten Dead Money, but I have
No.
Man, listen, man, I'm here to say, Dead Money, not as bad as people think.
Dead Money is not as bad as people think, so long as you have enough points on Sneak.
Not even, dude. Like, here's the thing. It sucks, right? It's bad. I'm gonna be real frank. It sucks, but
Yeah.
it's good. Like, it has a lot of nice atmosphere. Like, the
Oh
environment.
yeah, no, yeah, it does.
Except, like there's some stupid shit like with the alarms and stuff. Not the alarms, but the collar.
The holograms.
Oh,
Or
the holograms.
no,
As soon as you get into the casino, man, whatever. That shit's stupid. But I mean, most of it is like really cool. Like all of the characters were really nice. Like Dog and God. That was like a nice dynamic.
Yeah.
And Domino Fats. You know, we had a
Domino Fats.
Domino Fats. Oh,
Yeah.
Got Minnesota Fats.
Yeah.
Censored.
We got Chubby
Damn,
Checker.
dude. Listen, man.
We got everybody. We got Chubby Checker. We
We
got
got Dean Martin in there.
We got, I think, like, the weirdest thing is, like, Father Elijah, it's never, like, actually addressed who he is, even though there's, like, it's, like, hinted at, and, like, he's basically, like, Christine's story, she basically just tells you who he is in relation to the Brotherhood of Steel. Because he is that fucking guy who was at the Helios 1 power plant, and he got almost everybody in the Hidden Valley chapter almost killed.
Yeah, he's referenced so much in, like, the main story, and even in, like, the DLCs. Like, in Old World Blues, you can find a whole bunch of logs of things that he's done and stuff like that.
I don't even think you need to find all those logs, is because, like, the fact that Christine's looking for them, and she repeatedly tests out her voice by, like, saying that, like, stating her rank in the Brotherhood of Steel, like, that's good enough.
Yeah, also, wasn't there, like, at some point that he met up with Ulysses? Yeah,
Yeah,
what's it called?
everybody fucking met up with Ulysses.
Yeah,
That's like
everybody
this.
before you.
That's the shit. That's like the coolest shit in the world. That's why like Lonesome
Yeah,
Road.
how like all the DLCs are connected, man. That shit
It's like-
is so cool.
It's like,
It is.
yeah, everybody's like, yeah, no, you're not the first courier to pass through here. There was this other courier. Man, that guy. Woo.
That
Yeah.
guy was sick.
That guy was fucking intense, dude.
Yeah, and if you play them all in order, like, you get, like, all that build-up and stuff, and eventually
Yeah.
you do
Oh.
meet that courier.
Yeah, it's like,
So good.
yeah, it's like, oh, it's like fucking, like Joshua Graham, and he's like, oh yeah, that other courier, he was super sick, and then fucking Dr. Kleiner is
Dr. Kleiner's brain.
he's like, Gordon, you have to see the other courier, and then fucking Father Elijah's like, oh, that other courier was a real pain in my ass, and then you meet him, and he's like, I'm the sickest motherfucker that ever lived, and then he steals your robot, and then you got to go get your robot back, and also, Lonesome Road is the first time I ever unlocked TD as a companion.
Same. I mean, I didn't even know he was in the post office until I did Lonesome Road.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, and it's a good DLC too, because it's got all this build up, and you're walking along the road, and you're wondering when it's gonna end, and it's really well built too. It's like this desolate wasteland, and it's kind of like Stalkerish. Not really Stalkerish, but it's like a real wasteland, like somewhere that's actually like recently been nuked, unlike the wasteland where it's like 200 something years after it's been nuked. And then you get to Ulysses, and then he puts the weight of the world on your shoulders, like, who are we gonna nuke?
Yeah, you can either choose to nuke the Legion, to nuke the NCR, or to Superman.
Just chill, man. I was very, very distraught
Yeah.
when I realized that was like the only option.
Yeah. It was like, no, my friend. Oh.
My
Shit.
only friend.
My
It
only
communicates with beeps and boops.
My only friend on this lonesome road.
Yeah.
You have to
That
lose two
fucking
friends.
no. You know what? Shut up. That fucking the end boss fight. Bullshit. The fucking optional boss fight against Lee Oliver and this fucking Caesar ending. Fuck off. That's bullshit. Who cares? You know what? The Ulysses fight is the fucking sickest shit in the whole world.
It really is
He
better
has.
than the
He
final
has.
boss fight.
Yeah, it is. And because he opens up and he talks about how he's gonna fucking nuke the shit out of fucking NCR. And he like, you get to talk to him, and it's like you have to choose a specific set of options in order to pacify him. And if you don't, you have to fucking fight him and his ED bots and the fucking marked men who marked men who come in behind you. But you could fucking use your fucking laser beam to blow up nuclear
nukes.
warheads.
Yeah, use your laser blast. Use the laser beam move.
Bulbasaur, use your laser beam.
Once I used that on the window and I made a penis.
I like we talk about spaghetti coating in Fallout New Vegas. We don't point out that like the most obvious example, which is the detonator in in Lonesome Road, which is very obviously just a laser pistol that's designed to only deal damage to warheads.
Listen, man, you gotta do what you gotta do, all right?
I
Listen,
mean,
it costs a lot of money to make new shit in whatever is it Game Brio? Did they use?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Hold on, let me do
like the
do a quick
gymnastics
search.
they do with the coding though is really impressive for what it's worth.
Yeah, instead of like finding an actual engine that like actually works, like
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like from like a technical standpoint, like it's amazing what they do with
Oh,
like
yeah.
how limited resources they have.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean, like I made this point earlier today on Tumblr when I was talking about how fucking we've reached the point where sequels to games are less impressive than the games they're sequels to, because like I was talking about Dead Rising 1 and release of Dead Rising 4. You know what, let's talk about Dead Rising 4 for a little bit. Dead Rising 4 fucking sucks. You can't do shit in this game. It looks
Dead Rising
awful.
4 is
The
ass.
fucking graphics look fucking awful.
Yeah, the graphics look worse than Dead Rising 1, which is like the funniest comparison I saw on that Croak
Yeah,
video.
yeah. The funniest thing was when they looked at the models for like the survivors, and the models for the survivors in Dead Rising 1 they looked fine. Models in Dead Rising 4 were glitching out all over the place, and they looked fucking awful. And like you weren't supposed to follow them after they like run away, so they disappear as soon as you move the camera off of them. Anyway, and games are becoming less impressive, both like gameplay wise and like fun wise, but also technically than their predecessors. Like,
Listen, oh man, I was just thinking about this the other day. Like think about like back to like the SNES days, where like they had to do the best with what they had, and they made like holy can you believe that like Super Metroid was a thing, dude?
yeah,
No.
yeah, man.
Like they made all of that on like with like nothing, dude. Like it's
But like, man, what I was gonna say is that fucking like these games that come out and they're like, oh, this is for the fans. The fans, the fans love this, the fans love that. The fucking only game that's glitchier and worse like put together than Fallout New Vegas is Fallout 4. Like,
Fallout 4 is a goddamn mess.
It is.
haha, glitch. Like
But
glitches
at least it doesn't look like that anymore, you know?
yeah,
At least it doesn't
dude,
look like New Vegas.
Dude, if it played like New Vegas and looked like New Vegas, I'm always hungry
Listen,
for more.
man, as much
I'm always hungry
flack,
for more.
listen, as much flack as Fallout 4 got for like story wise and basically everything, man, the shooting is real nice.
That's what I heard. It's
Like the
like,
shooting is real. It's like it's tight. It feels good. Like the weapon customization is all right. It's just a shame that everything else is like really bad.
I heard that the only good piece of story content in Fallout 4 is Far Harbor. So you have to buy the
Yeah,
game and then buy the DLC to get like a couple hours of good content.
yeah. Far Harbor is really, really good.
Yeah. Speaking of DLC, where were we on Fallout DLC? Dead Money. Dead Money. I think that the like I got through the intro of Dead Money when I was in the villa, and I was like, "Damn, this is pretty good. I wonder why people give it so much flack." And I'm like, then I get inside the casino and I'm like,
Oh,
"Okay,
right.
okay, okay, I can understand. I can understand. You know what? I still like it, but I can understand." And then I get to the ending, and I'm like, "Fuck this! This is the
Yeah.
fucking worst shit I've ever played in my life." They make you Pat didn't get to the ending, so you want to explain it to him?
No, I don't.
You know what? I will then, because they
Okay.
make you fucking sneak through this whole thing of all these holograms, and you have to like go to computer monitors and program them to go wherever you need them to go next. And you have to fucking watch out for speakers too, because there's speakers everywhere in places that you can't see. And the fucking I think the most obnoxious thing about Dead Money is that there are like the things that can instantly kill you if you stand too close to them are invisible for the most part, like they're the same color as the walls, um, and you have to get through this fucking awful gauntlet, and then you get to the end, and you get you get to the computer, and you could read some computer files, and then you like if you read like the computer files that says like don't read this, you get locked in and you get the bad ending. And I had to like I was like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do then? Because I didn't know whether that had an effect on the ending or not. So I loaded from a save like 5 times in a row to try and get the good ending, and I managed to get Father Elijah to sneak in there and get caught instead of me. So then, after you fucking manage to cajole him into getting in there, or you kill him, you have to run out of the place that you spent like 10 minutes sneaking into as fast as you can. and and it's so lame because like you run through it backwards and you're like, wow, this was all a bunch of trivial bullshit, and I could have ran through this super fast.
I remember
Ugh.
there was a segment of that too in Old World Blues where you had to sneak into the military base, and there were a bunch of robots, and like you described, there were speakers on the wall and everything. But that was like one segment, and it took like what, less than 5 minutes. I couldn't imagine doing like 20 minutes of
Yeah,
that in like having it take up a big chunk of the DLC in what was it, Dead Money?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I like to complain, so let's complain about the bad aspects of the DLC, and then let's talk about the good aspects. Um, Old World Blues, the ending and also the middle part. Sneaking around holograms isn't fun. Looking for fucking speakers isn't fun. And honestly, just don't do that stuff. Um, what else? Honest Hearts. Um, ending.
You
Ending
know,
wasn't
I have nothing I have nothing bad to say about Honest Arts.
honest.
I
Not
love
bad.
that DLC through and through, man.
Man, I'd agree with you if I played the ending and got out like reasonably unscathed. Like I that ending part, it was you have to have fucking stim packs out your ass, or else I barely managed to get to the end, and I had to have like Joshua kill Salt Upon Wounds for me because I would have fucking died because I didn't have any fucking health restoratives, and I don't think you can buy like a good amount of stim packs from anybody there. Um, Old World Blues, in my opinion, main story's good, but the content in general kind of relies a little too much on scroungy scavengery. Go out and like I feel like that sort of content was the basis for what like the design philosophy for Skyrim was. Just like infinite content because it's so monotonous.
The only part about Old World Blues I didn't like is if you don't have any points into energy weapons at all,
There's nothing for you.
uh
There's nothing for
you're
you.
not gonna have a good time, man. Those
But
scorpions are just stupid. They're
Yeah.
dumb and they're stupid and they're also dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. I fucking hate those scorpions because they explode after they die, and I forget that every single time. And I kill them and I go to loot them. Bang, my legs are crippled. Like, fuck. What? Why those and not every other single robot in the game? Ugh.
Also, giant scorpion at the end.
Giant scorpion was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Who? That voice actor. I can sort of remember where he's from, but where is he from?
The voice actor for whom?
The for Doctor, whatever the fucking Doctor Mobius. I think.
You mean the antagonist guy, where you
Yeah.
just give him like a mentat, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm pacified now."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what his name is or anything. I mean, he's a good voice actor, but I don't
You know what? I'm
anything
I'm
about
gonna I'm gonna look this shit up because his voice is so familiar to me. Cam Clark, filmography. He was in Aladdin as additional voices. He was in one episode of Avatar. He was in Back at the Barnyard.
it. Ooh, good.
That's where I know him from. I know him from Back at the Barnyard.
Yeah, you know him as his part in as Freddy the Ferret in Back at the Barnyard.
Yeah.
He was in Bleach.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, he was
Bleach.
Kagorozi Kage
Kakarot.
Kakarot. He was
Kakarot?
Kagarosa Inaba. Who else? What did I fucking recognize him from here? Because he has a lot of stuff. He was in Monster High.
Oh.
You know what? He probably did other video games.
You know, I remember my friend was telling me about.
Holy shit! This fucking guy did a lot of. He was in Skylanders, all of them. He was in Mass Effect.
Skylar. Oh, he was the voice of Malagos, dude.
What the
In
fuck?
in
This guy.
in Wrath of the Lich King, dude. Oh.
Oh man, this guy was the fucking voice of Liquid. He voiced Liquid in.
What?
Dr. Mobius voiced Liquid in fucking Metal Gear.
Holy.
Really?
Yeah.
When
Nah,
you
this
said
is
liquid, I
this is
thought you
only
meant
this
like
is only in
actual liquid.
in the digital graphic novel. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. In the no, Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid the Twin Snakes. That's him, and he was Miller in Twin Snakes too.
Well, so he's got good rep.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Holy shit! All right, cool.
He was in Scooby Doo First Frights. Man, he was in like 3 WoW expansions. Oh Jesus Christ, this fucking guy.
Wow, who is this man?
Yeah,
I've
he has.
never heard of him before, but I know him from like everything.
Yeah, he has hundreds of credits, but I don't know which I know him from. Shit, dude.
This is
That's
really
great.
why I believe that like they'll see a voice actor on set and they'll just call him in and tell him to read some lines and then give him a check.
Yeah, they'll just call this. They'll just go with like, oh, who did good voice acting before? This guy, okay, get him in again and again and again and again, which is why Terrace.
Yeah, there's like a pool of like 10 voice actors that are. Oh, Matthew Mercer. All right, cool. Come on in, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh,
What the
Steve Blum?
fuck?
All right, man. Come on in.
This guy was in Bravely Second as the fucking final boss of Bravely. Not final boss, but the like main antagonist of Bravely Second. I don't like Bravely Second very much, but I played it, and yeah, he was in that one apparently.
Oh, he was really Liquid, man. I can't believe that.
He's fucking Liquid. He's Liquid Snake. Live action Flip That House narrator.
All right.
True Blood
Okay.
narrator, vampire vocal effects.
But yeah, man, all of the writing in Old World Blues was really
He was in
good.
Shark Tale, the video game.
You got Shark Tale for PS2?
I
You
did.
guys-
It was like just Dance Dance Revolution, only I had to use the controller.
Yeah, I remember playing that game. It was really bad.
It was
guys-
awful. I couldn't get past the first level.
I got it from Blockbuster, and I was like, man, this thing is ass.
This
And
was
that was my weekend wasted.
that was my only game. Like I had 3 games when I first got my PS2. That was one of the only 3 I had. I mean, the only one I ended up playing was like an edited game.
All right, guys, this has been a good podcast, but I have one more story that I think is really funny that we could end on if I didn't tell this one before. I was at my dad's house for the holidays, and I was looking through some of his stuff, and I found his like World of Warcraft expansion boxes, and I was like, oh, I wonder what's in here. And I was rifling through some of the stuff in the box, and there was like the game disc, there was some free passes or whatever back before they had like the free level 20 trial. And then I get all that stuff out of the way, and I see Shark Tale. And I flip it over, and I saw Shark Tale because it was printed on the back of the manual for the GameCube version of Shrek 2.
Oh my god. That's like when you see like a Pizza Hut and a Taco Bell in like the same restaurant.
This fucking guy voiced Simba in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Simba.
All right, that's it. We're good here.
Oh, one thing I wanted to
Are we
add
done?
before I tripped up on my words was Castlevania Symphony of the Night has a lot of tweening in it, and I think it was one of the big games in the PlayStation era that used tweening, and they had like a whole bunch of frames to make it look more eloquent when they were moving, and they used like pseudo 3D and stuff like that in the final boss, which looked really good for the time.
Yeah, man. I could talk like all day about like how they made those things work. Like,
all right.
Oh, Mode 7!
Mode 7 was good. Fucking... like, the thing is, like, you see set pieces in old games, and they look really good, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, you know what shit that still looks good, kinda, in the year 2017? The fucking cutscenes in Final Fantasy X.
Yo, you're so right.
Those fucking cutscenes look so good.
Yo, I was impressed by it. Like, the first time I saw it, I was like, wow, graphics cannot get any better than this. The cutscenes of Final Fantasy. And they really didn't, dude. Holy shit. Like, I played that game like a week ago, and I was like, man, that thing is... Oh.
That game came out almost 15 years ago.
When they're playing Blitzbone in the beginning, and Sin comes to Xanarkin, man, oh...
Yeah, the fucking...
Another world awaits you. And oh man, and Orin is riding on Sin. What the hell? That game is so sick.
The best fucking cutscene is the one where
I can talk about Final Fantasy X like all day, but whatever.
Yeah, okay, well, let's end it here, and then we can keep talking in a Skype call. This has been Podcast Boys. I'm Rot. That's it. That's it. That's the only guy. I'm Rot. I'd see ya.
Okay.
I'm Rot. I'm Rot. I'm Rot.
Okay.
I'm Rot. This has been Podcast Boys. I'm Rot.
That's Rod.
I'm Rot.
He's Rod.
I'm not Rod. That's Rod.
I'm Rot. This has been Podcast Boys. I'm Rot. This has been Podcast Boys. I'm Rot.
Rot is a thought.
What? Doggy?
Cut the video.